other road available and practical, as a destination, as a life, as a legitimate choice. Comfort as its road and comfort as its voice and its people and its logic and its genuine appeal. But I took the other road. That's the chosen heart's deal. Not the judgment of the comfort takers and the comfort made. Comfort is the other road. I'm on a different grade. I used to define myself against the comfort without respect. Comfort is the other road. I chose hard without the disrespect. Comfort is the other road, not the wrong road, just the other. Comfort is the other road, might lead somewhere further than the comfortable would take me with the cost it asks. Comfort is the other road. I chose the harder task, not the better person's road. Comfort is the other road. I chose my code. The ones who took the comfort road made a legitimate call. The ones who chose the harder road made a different call. Neither road is morally superior to the other. Both deliver people to a destination and a cover story of a life worth living to the person on the path. Comfort is the other road. I just did the math on what each road produces for the person that I'm building. Comfort is the other road this road keeps fulfilling. I used to define myself against the comfort without respect. Comfort is the other road. I chose hard without the disrespect. Comfort is the other road, not the wrong road, just the other. Comfort is the other road, might lead somewhere further than the comfortable would take me with the cost it asks. Comfort is the other road. I chose the harder task, not the better person's road. Comfort is the other road. I chose my code. Comfort is the other road. I chose this one. Lost the map. Compass still points. Strip the landmarks one by one until the road looked different. Every reference point I used got buried in the instant of the pressure of the change of the season turning hard. Found myself in open country without a single yard I'd recognized before. No familiar shape in view, just the compass in my chest still pointing somewhere true. Didn't know the destination, didn't know the name or where, but the compass still pointed and the pointing still was there. I used to navigate by landmarks that the pressure swept away. Compass still points, that's enough to find the way. Compass still points, even when the map is gone, even when the landmarks disappear and nothing holds along. The values underneath, don't need a road to navigate. Compass still points, the only thing I've got that's great. No map, no landmark, no road. Compass still points, I still go. Tested it against the pressure of the rooms that tried to spin me. Tested it against the voices that were certain they could win me over to a different heading, a more convenient direction. Held the compass steady through the noise and the infection of opinion and of urgency and manufactured fear. Compass held, compass pointed, compass kept me clear. Now I trust the compass more than any landmark that I've known. Compass still points, I'm still going home. I used to navigate by landmarks that the pressure swept away. moment the negotiation opened up, the moment I began to ask the code if just this once enough was enough. The moment I presented to the principal the case for why the situation was the pinnacle of the exception. The code doesn't have a seat at the negotiation table. The code is the complete non-participant. The argument for the deviation, negotiating with the code is the first capitulation. I used to enter into the negotiation thinking I could win. Negotiating with the code is the code beginning to then. Negotiating with the code means the code is already losing. Negotiating with the code means the situation is choosing a version of the code that bends. The code doesn't bend. Negotiating with the code, that's the beginning of the end of the actual code. Just stop. Negotiating with the code means the code has to drop. The healthy version of the code review is not the negotiation, it's the deliberate outside of the pressure and calibration of what the code should say. Done in the clear, not in the moment where the deviation is near. And appealing in the case for it is sharpest and the pressure is the loudest. The code review happens at the leisure of the uncompressed, not at the heat of the exception. Negotiating with the code is the code deception. I used to enter into the negotiation thinking I could win. Negotiating with the code is the code beginning to then. Negotiating with the code means the code is already losing. Negotiating with the code means the situation is choosing a version of the code that bends. The code doesn't bend. Negotiating with the code, that's the beginning of the end of the actual code. Just stop. Negotiating with the code means the code has to drop. Don't negotiate with the code. Code doesn't burn. Don't need to see the compound to believe in the compound. The math doesn't need my faith to run. Faith and math seem like they're running in two different lanes, but the long game requires both and neither one complains about the other. You need the faith to keep going when the math hasn't surfaced any evidence yet along the path. And you need the math to make sure the faith isn't misplaced on a system that doesn't compound on the direction that's erased by the evidence. If you look close enough to read it, faith in the math, that's the long game, that's how I feed it. I used to need the proof before I trust the system running. Faith in the math means trusting the compound before it's coming. Faith in the math, trust the compound that you cannot see. Faith in the math, it runs regardless of your certainty. The long game doesn't need your belief to do its work. Faith in the math, keep going through the murk. Trust the system, trust the rig. Faith in the math, the compound doesn't work. doesn't wait. The compound doesn't wait.
Formed in the comfortable, forged in the proving ground. Different material.
Formed is what the easy seasons build, shape without resistance. Smooth and predictable and brittle at the distance of the first real test. Formed in the comfort of the known. Formed in the seasons when nothing pressed the bone into its true configuration. Forged is different. Forged requires the heat and the hammer and the persistent application of the pressure that reveals what holds. Forged, not formed. That's the proving grounds mold.
I used to think formed in the comfortable was the same as forged. Forged, not formed, is the difference.
The proving ground has gorged. Forged, not formed. The difference is the fire in the test. Forged, not formed. The pressure that reveals the best and weakest of the material and burns the weak away. Forged, not formed. The proving grounds display of what the heat produces. Forged, not formed. No excuses. Form material looks identical to forged until the load arrives at the critical threshold and the form material showed its limit at the pressure point the forged one passed through. Formed in the comfortable is what the easy seasons do to character and shape without the test of the extreme. The proving ground applies the heat and what it finds is the seam between the formed and the forged. I've been in the fire. Forged, not formed. The proving ground's entire.
I used to think formed in the comfortable was the same as forged. Forged, not formed, is the difference.
The proving ground has gorged. Forged, not formed. The difference is the fire in the test. Forged, not formed. The pressure that reveals the best and weakest of the material and burns the weak away. Forged, not formed. The proving grounds display of what the heat produces. Forged, not formed. No excuses. Forged, not formed. Fire and pressure make this.
The discipline isn't just knowing when to push. It's knowing when the tank is genuinely empty and respecting that.
The signal's coming clear when the body's genuine empty. Not the noise of the comfortable objecting to the plenty of the work still left, but the honest system reading of the actual reserve available. The leading indicator of the diminishing returns below the floor of the productive, the point where the adding of more produces less than less. The point where the compound starts to run backwards. Know when you're full, know when the session's done.
I used the discipline of reading the actual use.
Know when you fall, the discipline of the honest read. Know when you fall, the discipline of what you need to stop the discipline of trusting the signal when it's real. Know when you fall, the discipline of the genuine feel of the actual empty, not the comfortable. Know when you fall, that's the accountable. And the discipline of rest is the distinguishing between the comfortable objecting and the genuine diminishing of the actual reserve. Both arrive with similar language. Both say I'm dumb, but only one is speaking from the anguish of the actual empty. Learn to read the quality of the signal, the texture of the genuine, and the folly of the comfortable disguises the system's real report. Know when you're full, know when to cut it short.
I used to ignore the genuine empty and call it an excuse. Know when you're full, the discipline of reading the actual use.
Know when you fall, the discipline of the honest read. Know when you fall, the discipline of what you need to stop the discipline of trusting the signal when it's real. Know when you fall, the discipline of the genuine feel of the actual empty, not the comfortable. Know when you fall, that's the accountable.
Two choices in every room. Lead it or leave it.
Complaining isn't a third option. Caught myself complaining about the culture in the room, about the standard and the pace and the direction and the doom of what would happen if things kept running at this rate. Then I stopped and asked the question of my actual state. Was I leading? Was I changing? What I said was wrong? Or was I just a person who complained about it all along without actually moving toward the fix or the door? Leave the room or leave it, that's the ownership core.
I used to think the commentary was the same as the contribution.
Leave the room or leave it, that's the ownership solution. Leave the room or leave it, no third option in between. Leave the room or leave it, complaining's not a seed. I get to play without the action backing up the word. Leave the room or leave it, that's the ownership preferred. No commentary without the move. Leave the room or leave it, that's the groove. That's the groove. Leadership is ownership, means taking on the energy of the room you're in and asking what your actual remedy is for the gap between the current and the standard you believe should govern what's occurring. And if you won't achieve that change, then ownership means choosing to remove yourself from the environment instead of running the groove. Complaining without acting, commissary without scare. Leave the room or leave it, that's the ownership within.
I used to think the commentary was the same as the contribution.
Leave the room or leave it, that's the ownership solution. Leave the room or leave it, no third option in between. Leave the room or leave it, complaining's not a seed. changing completely. Used to think that discipline would install itself discreetly, permanently, and without the daily cost of the renewal. Used to think the fight would end and not just live the duel. No longer thought the destination was a place of no resistance. Thought the war within would stop at some sufficient distance of the growth. Found out the war within is the condition. Making peace with the fight, that's the whole possession. I used to want the war within to end before I could feel settled. Making peace with the fight is how the war within gets meddled. Making peace with the fight means accepting is the daily. Making peace with the fight means the war within isn't failure. It's a proof that the building is still happening, still lit. Making peace with the fight means the war within I give room to exist without fearing it. Making peace with the fight, that's the clearing it. The fight every morning means I'm still someone worth fighting for. The resistance means the growth is still reaching for a door beyond the current floor. The war within is not the enemy, it's the evidence that the building has an energy still running underneath, still pulling toward the more. Making peace with the fight means walking through the war without expecting it to end, just navigating through. Making peace with the fight, that's the war within's true. I used to want the war within to end before I could feel settled. Making peace with the fight is how the war within gets meddled. Making peace with the fight means accepting it's the daily. Making peace with the fight means the war within isn't failure. The proof that the building is still happening, still lit. Making peace with the fight means the war within I give room to exist without fearing it. Making peace with the fight, that's the clearing it. Accepting it's the daily. Making peace with the fight means the war within isn't failure. Yeah, the proof that the building is still happening, still lit. Making peace with the fight means the war within I give room to exist without fearing it. Making peace with the fight, that's the clearing it. This one's human. Miss twice, a habit forming. Human in the grind. The first miss is the life arriving unannounced in the resign. Acknowledgement that today the session doesn't find the room to run. The first miss is forgiven by the mind that understands the long game. It's the second miss that starts the negotiation of the standard starts to part. The consistency from the intention starts to drift. Never miss twice is the rule. twice. The second one is where the patterns could. Never miss twice. The first one is the human. Never miss twice. The second one's the ruin of the streak and the signal that the standard has a price. Never miss twice. One miss is fine. Two starts the ice of the sliding to the missing being normal. Never miss twice. Keep the standard formal. The first one was a cost of life, for the first break in the wall of the excuse that holds the knife against the consistency. The second miss turns one bad day into a pattern that the third and fourth miss then display as the new normal, as the adjusted standard, as the floor. Drop below itself, never miss twice is the door that stays between the single miss and the identity erosion. Never miss twice, that's the consistency's corrosion. I used to treat the second miss the same as the first. Never miss twice. The second one is where the patterns could. Never miss twice. The first one is the human. Never miss twice. The second one's the ruin of the streak and the signal that the standard has a price. Never miss twice. One miss is fine. Two starts the ice of the slide into the missing being normal. Never miss twice. Keep the standard formal.